Hey guys, so it's been a while since I made my last video. For those that have subscribed to my channel and commented, I do sincerely apologise. I don't know why, but my notifications were turned off for YouTube. So I actually never got any notifications that I had had comments under my videos. I didn't even realise that my videos had been viewed, anything like that. I was going through a pretty rough time when I did post those videos. I was newly diagnosed with the cavernoma. Um, a few other personal things followed after that, so it was not a great time in my life either. And for that, I am sorry that I haven't followed up on any comments on here. I do hope you see this video. If you're still subscribed, thank you. I'll just give you a quick update because the last time I did a video was 4 years ago, so it's been quite a while now. Lots happened in that time. I've had other health issues happen as well, but they're not related to the brain cavernoma I've got. So, the last time I did a video, I was waiting for surgery. So, the craniotomy to take the cavernoma out, which is in the left back side of my head, like the crown area. So, I got a. No, actually, I didn't get any call, which was not great. I had to follow up the hospital and chase them up myself. They had sent me a text saying that my surgery was going to happen in next week, and it was around Easter in 2018. And yeah, they'd given me the date. I was like, great, we've got a date. We know when it's happening now. I called my mum. I made arrangements with my son's daycare, made arrangements with my work to have time off because I would have needed 3 months off after the surgery. And the day before the surgery was due, I didn't hear anything from the hospital at all. I had to call them and then call them and then call them again, and I left multiple messages, and then I finally got through to someone, and they had advised. Now, I'm not going to name the hospital for legal reasons, um, because I don't know what avenue I want to go with this, but yeah. What I'm about to tell you next affected me psychologically. It contributed to a big personal change in my life after that, a horrible change actually. And yeah, so when I finally got through to someone from the hospital, they advised that the surgery will not be going ahead. And now I knew this could happen because my surgery was low priority. If someone had God forbid, had an accident or something the same day and needed urgent surgery, they would go ahead of me and mine would be rescheduled, which I was more than fine with that. I was more than fine with that. I was mentally prepared for that. However, when I spoke to this person from the hospital, they had advised me that the surgery will not be going ahead because they made a paperwork error on their end. Ooh. Now, when they'd sent me out the paperwork to, like, basically a form, what conditions do you have, what medication are you on, etc., etc., I filled it all out and sent it back straight away. So they'd had that paperwork for 3 months. Now, when I spoke to this person, they were like, oh, yeah, they're very blasé about it. Like, yeah, no worries. I've just got surgery booked for the next day, but hey, all good. As long as you're chill. Sarcasm intended. They're like, yeah, we can't go ahead with it. You need to have another procedure done before the surgery, which is an EEG. So it's electro. I forget what the other word is. Basically, where they put all the nodes on your head and they test for seizure activity. So yeah, they've told me all this the day before the surgery was scheduled. So the surgery could not go ahead. Anyways, back into the public system again, on the wait list again. And this is not me being ungrateful for the Medicare system and the health system we have here in Australia. I am extremely grateful for it. They have helped me many, many, many times and have actually saved my life in other scenarios. But I just didn't like the way that this was handled. It, sorry, fly. It just really, really messed with me psychologically because I was mentally prepared for what was about to come. and to be told the day before that, no, sorry, we made a mistake, it's not going ahead, it just really messed with me. So yeah, I was put on a wait list again just to have the EEG done, because I would have had to be admitted to the hospital for 7 days to do the testing. And in that time, I had moved back to my hometown in another state in Australia, and a lot of things just went downhill in my life after that. So my case was referred to a doctor in New South Wales, in the state that I moved back to, my home state. I was living in Victoria in Australia at the time when I was diagnosed with the cavernoma. And he was great. He got me in straight away for the EEG. It was all done very quickly. I was discharged before the end of the 7 days because they'd gotten all the results they needed. Then I had a quick follow-up and an MRI after that. And my new neurologist said to me that we don't deem surgery worth it in your scenario, because according to the EEG, you weren't having any seizures, and that was being off the Keppra, the anti-seizure medication, which I'm still on and probably will be on for the rest of my life as a precaution. So yeah, they deemed doing the surgery way more risks than benefits. So they decided against it. I was happy with that decision as well. It meant I could just go on and we would just monitor the cavernoma, Clancy as I affectionately call him. Clancy the cavernoma. And so yeah, I just have yearly monitoring now, and I have an MRI every couple of years. I'm a very low risk case, so yeah, that's the update with that. I have had an MRI since I last did this video in 2021. There's been no size change, there's been no new bleed with the cavernoma, which is great. It's just stable. And yeah, nothing else has really happened with Clancy that I can really speak about. That's it. I've had a new neurologist in that time. My one here in New South Wales unfortunately retired last year. So I feel a little bit sad. I was like, oh, this is like my person that I go to about Clancy, and now I have to start fresh with someone new, which I saw my new neurologist on Monday just gone. He's really good. He wanted me to do another MRI, so yeah, pretty much one every 2 years just to see what's happening in there. As we know, cavernoma are pretty unpredictable. We didn't even know I had mine before the bleed and the seizure. So yeah, other than that, no other symptoms. The Keppra, in my opinion, it's different for everybody. Keppra doesn't work for a lot of people. My neurologists have all been shocked that it's worked for me. Saying it worked is probably not the right wording, or saying that it works is probably not the right wording, but I was tried on lamotrigine, or lamictal I think it's also called, tegretol, and there was one other one starting with a C, and I had really bad side effects, worse than what I have with the Keppra on those medications in such a short time as well. So I decided to go back to the Keppra, and one of my neurologists that I have seen has reduced my dosage to one with I've got less side effects. However, it's still therapeutic against seizures, so we're on that good balance. In regards to side effects of the Keppra, if anyone is interested, Keppra seems to be the one that they put you straight on as soon as they hear you've had a seizure in hospital. So it is the most fast acting one. It's got a fast acting. I don't know the medical term for that. I know a lot of them they're a bit slower to work into the system. Can take days, weeks even, but Keppra is pretty much straight away. It's instant. So that's why they start off that as the benchmark, and then whatever your case is, cavernoma, your developed late onset epilepsy or something like that, then they'll figure out what is going to work best for you. Every scenario is different, but this is just what's worked for me and what's happened for me. So with the Keppra, I noticed a big difference when they took me off at cold turkey for the EEG back in 2018. So I felt a lot clearer. I didn't realize how fuzzy I am all the time, in regards to like my memory, in regards to my reaction, my mood, everything. So, and I felt really great. Like, you'd think being confined in a hospital for a week, like having tubes out of your head, and being confined to that one room for a week would depress you, but I actually felt the best I'd felt in a long time being off the Keppra. Unfortunately, they had to put me back on it. As I was released from the hospital, I had pretty gnarly side effects coming back onto it again, but they dissipated after a few days. Gnarly side effects, I won't really go into them because they were, again, everyone's different. This is just my case, but sorry about that. I just had really, really bad anxiety, and intrusive thoughts that I don't normally have, that were quite scary, but as I said, dissipated. I gave it a few days and then the side effects pretty much tapered off. So the biggest issue I have with Keppra now is just tiredness. Just to give you a bit of background on that as well, I'm not going to keep this too long, but I am on 1,000 milligrams a day, so I take 500 milligrams in the morning and then 500 milligrams at night, and just very tired. No matter what I do, I've changed my diet, so I've lost a bit of weight, as you can see, go to the gym, I still work full time, try to get as much sleep as I can, and I'm still tired. I've had my bloods checked. The only thing I'm low in is iron, and I'm on supplements for that, and I'm still tired. So the only thing I can really chalk it down to is the Keppra. So yeah, other than that, I don't have any complaints about it. It does the job. Touch wood, I haven't had any tonic-clonic, grand mal, whatever you refer them to these days, since the initial one. I have little seizures now. Apparently, I didn't even know they were seizures. My right arm, hand and arm goes numb every so often. And it lasts for about up to a minute, and then the feeling comes back again. And my last neurologist, who just retired, asked me if I had any pins and needles. I'm like, oh, every so often I get a bit of numbness in my right hand. Now, the right hand, as I've spoken about before, is connected, runs off that side of the brain. That side of the brain is what runs the right side of my body. So, and that's where the cavernoma is. So he said that's actually a seizure. So it's just called a sensory seizure. I have no idea. There's so many different types of seizures. But I noticed I have those when I am a little bit late taking my dosage. I try and keep it the 12 hours apart. Oh, excuse me. But yeah. So that's the trigger for that. So if I just take my medication on time, it's usually not an issue. So, but other than that, we're doing pretty well, considering. So yeah, that's my update. Thank you for listening. Again, apologies if I've forgotten to reply to your comments. I hope you see this. I hope you're doing well. If you have any other questions, please feel free to comment underneath. I'll make sure my notifications are actually turned on now. And yeah, thank you for listening.